Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight we will be continuing Animorphs number 3, The Encounter by K.A. Applegate. It was late when I returned to what was now my home. After I was first trapped in my hawk body, Jake had removed an outside panel that led into the attic of his home. I flew in through the opening. It was a typical attic. There were some dusty old cardboard boxes full of Jake and Tom's old baby clothes. There were open boxes of Christmas lights and decorations. There was a chest of drawers with a top that had been scarred by something or other. Jake had opened one of the drawers in the chest and packed it with an old blanket. It was nice of him. Jake has always been a decent guy. In the old days, he used to protect me from the punks at school who liked to beat me up. The old days, when I still went to school. How long ago had it been? A few weeks? A month? Not even. There was a Rubbermaid dish in a corner where no one was likely to see it. I was hungry. I clutched the dish with my left talon and pried the lid off with my hooked beak. Meat and potatoes and green beans. The meat was hamburger. I don't know how he arranged to get the food. His mom probably thought he was sneaking scraps to his dog Homer. I hadn't told him yet, but I couldn't eat the vegetables or the potatoes. My system couldn't deal with much except meat. I. The hawk was a predator. In the wild, hawks live on rat and squirrel and rabbits. I ate some of the hamburger. It was cold. It was dead. It made me feel bad to be eating it. But it filled me up. But it wasn't dead meat that I wanted. I wanted live meat. I wanted living, breathing, scurrying prey. I wanted to swoop down on it and grab it with my razor talons and tear into it. That's what I wanted. Uh, what the hawk wanted. And when it came to food, it was hard to deny the hawk brain in my head. The hunger I felt was the hunger of the hawk. I flopped and hopped up into my drawer, but it was soft, and what my hawk buddy wanted was not the warmth and comfort of the blanket. Hawks make nests of sticks. Hawks spend their nights on a friendly branch, feeling the breeze, hearing the nervous chittering of prey, watching the owls hunt. I hopped up out of the drawer. I couldn't stay there. I was so tired I was past being able to rest. I was restless. I flew back out into the night. Hawks are not usually nocturnal. The night belongs to other hunters. But I wasn't ready to rest. I flew aimlessly for a while. But I knew in my heart where I was going. Rachel's bedroom light was still on. I fluttered down and landed on a birdhouse she had deliberately nailed out there for me to land on when I came over. I rustled my wings softly against the glass. I scratched with one talon. Rachel? A moment later, the window slid up. She was there, wearing a bathrobe and fuzzy slippers. Hi, she said. I was worried about you. Why? I asked, but I knew the answer. We weren't very sensitive this afternoon, she said. She spoke in a whisper. We couldn't let her mother or one of her little sisters overhear her having a one-sided conversation with no one. Don't be silly, I said. You guys barely escaped being, you know. Come inside. I have my bedroom door locked. I hopped into the window and fluttered over to her dresser. Suddenly I realized something was behind me. I turned my head around. It was a mirror. I was looking at myself. I had a reddish tail of long, straight feathers. The rest of my back was molted dark brown. I had big, looked kind of hunched, like I was a football lineman ready for the snap. My head was streamlined. My brown eyes were fierce as I stared over the deadly weapon of my beak. I turned my head forward, looking away from my reflection. I don't know what's happening to me, Rachel. What do you mean, Tobias? I wish I could have smiled. She looked so worried. I wish I could have smiled. Just a little, to make her feel better. Rachel, I think I'm losing myself. What? How do you mean? She asked. She bit her lip and tried not to let me see. But of course, Hawkeye's miss nothing. Today, the hawk we freed, she was there. At the lake, I wanted to go with her. I felt like I belonged with her. You belong with us, Rachel said firmly. You are a human being, Tobias. How can you be so sure? I asked her. Because what counts is what is in your head and in your heart, she said with sudden passion. A person isn't his body. A person isn't what's on the outside. Rachel, I don't even remember what I looked like. I could see that she wanted to cry. But Rachel's a person with strength that runs all the way through her. Maybe that's why I came to see her. I needed someone to be sure. I wanted someone to let me borrow a little of their strength. She went over to her nightstand and opened the drawer. She rummaged for a minute, then came back to me. She was holding a small photograph. She turned it so I could see. It was me. The me I used to be. I didn't know you had a picture of me, I said. She nodded. It's not a great picture. In real life, you look better. In real life, I echoed. Tobias, someday the Andalites will return. If they don't, we're all lost, all the human race. If they do come back, I know they'll have some way to return you to your own body. I wish I was sure, I said. I am sure, she said. She put every ounce of faith into those 3 words. She wanted me to believe. I could see the tears that were threatening to well up in her eyes as she lied. Like I said, hawks don't miss much. And that continues to be a nice, happy book full of happy, fun times. Goddamn, I wish I was sure. Goddamn, I think I flipped the line. For some reason, my tongue's like, that's a tongue twister. But anyways, as for the chapter itself, I want to point out Jake is a fucking moron, and yet he's the leader. He doesn't realize that a bird of prey doesn't eat vegetables. Just think about that for a moment. We're trusting the fate of humanity to a leader that doesn't know a carnivorous animal doesn't eat plants. That's some really fucking basic shit there. I can forgive him for not realizing birds, sleep on perches. It's like, because that's not really as obvious. But Jake, do you need someone to talk to here? Another thing is this chapter focuses heavily on Tobias's identity crisis. He doesn't know what he is. He's afraid of giving in to any of the hawk urges in case he loses himself. So yeah, he's a poor little hawk boy. He needs a hug. He needs like a nice big hug. Everything's gonna be alright. So yeah. Poor Tobias. Just angsting all over the pages. And if this horrible ass reading has interested you in Animorphs, and you want to check it out, if you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description, and if you're watching this on my blog, add below the video. And both kinds of links will take you to a place where you can buy the third Animorphs book. So that'll be fun. And if you want to talk about Animorphs to me, if you want to talk about this chapter, again, I realize I'm saying things out of order. I'll get into the rhythm eventually. But anyways, if you want to talk about this chapter or Animorphs, please, comment below and we can strike up a conversation. Now know that no major spoilers. Minor spoilers, okay. Major ones, no. I would like maybe people to discover Animorphs through this, so, no major spoilers. And if you do want to talk to me about major spoilers, there's a link in the description if you're watching on the YouTubes to take you to my Ask box on Tumblr, and you can strike a conversation with me there. Now, mind you, you don't need to have a Tumblr account to send things to my Ask box. That's good. And if you did like this episode, Jash Reads, if you've been, for some reason, impressed with my past work, I'm doing Jash Reads commissions where I will read your work, original or fan fiction. And if you would like more info on that, there's a link in the description if you're reading it on the YouTube. If you're watching this on the YouTube, there's a link in the description. And if you're watching this on my blog, link is right above the video. And it will tell you the rules, the pricing. And if you notice that all 3 slots are filled up, that just means that there's a new post with open slots. And you can just, look on my blog for, the newest posts for Jash Reads commissions if all 3 slots to the current post are gone. Well, at least the post that the links link to. Because if there's a new post, that would be the current one. I need to read a dictionary sometime. So, yeah. And there's no kitties here just because there's doing the packing thingy-majig. Slowly doing it. I'm making my way. It's just like, I don't know, packing's weird. I get sort of nostalgic and I don't want to put that away. But luckily, I think there are a lot of items I can keep at Dad's house. I'm, not going, hey, I'm just going to keep everything here. I am throwing stuff away by just a little bit of a safety net if I want to think things over later. Yeah. Okay, let's see, I think. Oh, yeah. I was just going to continue the next point, then I realized I forgot something. Please like and subscribe. I blog for attention. I need attention. I don't get, enough attention or on my usual day-to-day basis, so please, I need someone to love me. Okay, so my day today was finally seeing Avengers Infinity War, and I saw it in a little bar and sort of, you go into the theater and you can order, like appetizers, alcohol. It's a different setup than the usual theaters you go to, and I heard that a lot of characters died. So I'm like, yeah, I can't do this sober, and I want my cheese fries. So, yeah. And I think I drank a little too much. I didn't really notice it until I, stood up. I'm like, yeah, I'm a lightweight. I shouldn't have tried that shit. But it was a good movie. It was... I'm sure if I saw it again sober, I would be crying my heart out. Because there were definitely a few deaths there that were really, wow. So yeah, that was a good day. Very excited to do that. God damn. But I won't spoil it at all. I'll just say it's fucking awesome and you should go out and see it. It was good. So yeah. I might blog about it later. But yeah, for now it's awesome. Spoiler-free review. It's awesome. You should see it. And let's see. Now comes to the part of the video where I, drink a little and do well wishes. And, if you want yours added in the next video, please comment below and they will be, within reason. In case anyone decides to, do something just totally fucking insane there. Just like, no, I'm not going to do that thing. So. And you can join in by, drinking your favorite liquor, alcohol, or whatever's lying around. If you don't drink for whatever reason, like I'm drinking water. So, yay! So, you can do something healthy like water or milk or something unhealthy like soda. And I'm just going to be sipping tonight, as I did do a little drinking earlier, as I said. And I don't want to overdo it for no reason. So, well, wishing for everyone's health. I hope that packing goes smoothly for me. Because, yeah, I don't need to do anything too stressful. I don't really do too well with stress. And yeah. Let's see, Westworld. That mean between Dolores and Maeve, and there's just so many interesting things that are happening on the show, and I really hope season 2 of Westworld continues to do well, because it's awesome so far. And I think that's really all I can think of right now. As I said, if you want yours well wishes to be added next video, please comment down below. So, cheers. Damn, that is good. Come on. I'm not talking to the bottle. I haven't reached that level of insanity. Maybe. Yeah. Next video will be more of Animorphs number 3, The Encounter by Kay Applegate. And it will air around 2 a.m. Friday. Again, the next video will be of Animorphs number 3, The Encounter by Kay Applegate, and air around 2 a.m. Friday. So, see you there. Woot!